This is Halo 2, Condensed. But first, let's do a rundown on the lore. Long ago, an ancient species known as the Forerunners were at war with the Flood, a species of parasitic organisms that consume and infect any sentient life form. As a last-ditch effort, the Forerunners built the Halo Rings, made to wipe out all life in the galaxy, which would effectively starve the Flood. After the Halo Rings were fired, the Flood was defeated and all life was eradicated. But fortunately, the Forerunners had taken measures to repopulate the galaxy with life. The Forerunners themselves, however, disappeared, rumored to have exiled themselves to another galaxy. Many years later, Forerunner technology was discovered by the Prophets and the Elites. After warring with each other, the two races joined together to form the Covenant. A couple other species either joined or were absorbed into the Covenant. The Forerunners were worshipped as gods, and their technology was revered as religious artifacts by the Covenant. The Covenant mistakenly thought that activating the Halo Rings would transcend them into godlike beings. But the Forerunners chose humanity to be the Reclaimers, which meant that only humans can activate Forerunner technology, including the Halo Rings. This went against the Covenant doctrine, so the Prophets hid this information and declared war on humanity. Now we can start with the main story. You play as two characters, Master Chief, a UNSC Spartan II soldier, and as the Arbiter, a disgraced Covenant elite. Back in the first Halo game, the Halo Ring was destroyed by Master Chief. In the Covenant's holy city, High Charity, the Arbiter is on trial and the High Council, led by the Prophets, Truth, Mercy, and Regret, deem him guilty for failing to protect Halo.
But your inability to safeguard Halo was a colossal failure.
The Arbiter has his armor stripped from him and he is branded by Tartarus, the chieftain of the Brutes. On the other hand, Master Chief is being celebrated alongside Sergeant Johnson and Miranda Keyes, a commanding officer. But the award ceremony is cut short due to a Covenant attack.
Master Chief, defend this station.
As Master Chief, you arm up and fight off the Covenant in Cairo Station. Looking out the window, you see a station blow up.
The Covenant must have brought something with them. A bomb.
And they sure as hell brought one here. Chief, find it.
Making your way through the station, you get to the bomb and just barely stop it from exploding.
How much time was left?
You don't want to know.
Pulling off an incredibly risky maneuver, you return the bomb back to the Covenant.
For a brick, he flew pretty good.
Chief, get inside. Gear up.
You arrive in the city of New Mombasa, the only place on Earth the Covenant decided to invade.
Chief, get aboard that carrier and secure the Prophet of Regret.
While en route, a scarab shoots the Pelican that you're on, crash landing the vehicle. You fight the Covenant on the streets, and while in a highway tunnel, Cortana finds out that the Covenant weren't expecting to confront humanity on Earth.
Odd, I know, but it does help explain why they came here with such a small fleet.
You meet up with Sergeant Johnson with two other Marines, and he drops off a tank for you. You drive through the bridge, blasting through Covenant vehicles, and you go through a tunnel and fight more Covenant out in the streets. You reach a building where a bunch of Marines are sheltered, and a Marine guides you to a point where you can board the Scarab. After killing all the Covenant on board, you neutralize the Scarab, and Sergeant Johnson picks you up.
That's right, you mothers! Run!
The Prophet of Regret takes his carrier ship into a slip space, so you guys go after the ship. Switching to the Arbiter's POV, Tartarus and his brutes take you to the mausoleum, where you talk to the Prophets of Truth and Mercy. You are shown a hologram of the heretic leader, an elite that claims the Prophet's teachings to the Covenant are a lie.
They will use the faith of our forefathers to bring ruin to us all. The great journey is
By becoming the Arbiter, you are given a chance for redemption. And so, your first mission as the Arbiter is to kill the heretic leader. On a Phantom, the Spec Ops commander is hyping up the troops, but to him, you're dispensable.
Their lives matter to me, yours does not. That makes two of us.
You and the squad land on the gas mine, where the heretics have taken refuge. Further in, you see that the Forerunner robots, the Sentinels, have sided with the heretics. You catch a glimpse at the heretic leader, just before he flies off in a Banshee.
Its truth must not be silenced.
Along with the Spec Ops commander, you fight off the heretics in the air, trying to find where the heretic leader ran off to. You eventually track the leader into another part of the station.
That stench. I've smelled it before.
Inside, the heretic leader shows himself in a hologram.
An arbiter. Unflattered.
Shortly after, the Flood attacks your squad. The Flood is running rampant in the building, and there's a storm brewing outside, so the situation is becoming dire.
Find the leader of these heretics. Kill him now.
You almost catch the heretic leader, but he gets to a door and seals it.
This will save me from the storm, but you will be consumed.
In order to force him out, you come up with a really risky plan.
The cable. I'm going to cut it.
After the cables are cut, the entire station is in freefall. Continuing to chase after the heretic leader, you eventually have him cornered.
The Oracle. Ask the Oracle about Halo. How they would sacrifice us all for nothing. The elites are blind, Arbiter. But I will make them see.
You engage in battle with the heretic leader and come out victorious. Afterwards, Tartarus swoops in to pick you up along with Guilty Spark. We switch to the humans, who've managed to keep up with Regret's carrier ship. Turns out, there's another Halo ring.
If activated, this ring will cause destruction on a galactic scale.
With the objective of capturing the Prophet of Regret, you land onto the newly discovered Halo.
Could we possibly make any more noise?
You traverse the Forerunner ruins and make it into a temple. You see a hologram of Regret chanting a sermon.
Prophet of Regret is planning to activate Halo.
This holy ring, release its cleansing flame, and burn a path into the divine beyond.
Pretty much.
So instead of capturing the Prophet, your objective now is to kill him. You get to a gondola, using it to cross a lake. You head into an elevator and it takes you underwater.
I chose rapture.
You get to another gondola, taking you to the main temple where Regret is at.
That's the largest Covenant fleet I've ever seen. Get inside the temple and kill Regret before it can stop us.
You put down the Prophet, and afterwards, a Covenant ship shoots an energy beam, engulfing the entire area. You jump into the water, and a tentacle drags you into the depths. As the Arbiter now, you're making your way to the Prophets, and there seems to be a change of power taking place between the elites and the brutes. The Prophet of Truth affirms that the brutes are to replace the elites as the protectors of the hierarchs.
Recent events have made it abundantly clear that the elites can no longer guarantee our safety.
With information extracted from Guilty Spark, the Prophets find out about the Index, a key that can activate Halo. You're tasked with retrieving the Index. Tartarus drops you off near the library, and you go through the area. Further into the library, you encounter the Flood. Transmissions from UNSC Marines can be heard, but you don't come across any live troops.
Get her off me! Suppressive fire! Suppressive fire!
You arrive at a canyon area and meet up with your platoon. With your allies rallied, you combat the Flood and the Sentinels as you get closer to the library. You get to a gondola and you receive word that the UNSC forces are also after the Index. In the library, Miranda and Sergeant Johnson have gotten their hands on the Index, but you show up and take it from them. Tartarus pops in and steals the credit, also revealing that the Prophet's order to kill you. Okay, so I'm gonna stop with the second person POV for a moment. This is where the Grave Mind is introduced, the hive mind of the Flood.
I am a monument to all your sins.
And Master Chief and the Arbiter finally meet each other.
Relax. I'd rather not piss this thing off.
Demon.
Another monitor and the Prophet of Regret join the party.
They know nothing of the great journey!
And you know nothing about containment.
The Gravemind tries to tell the Arbiter that the firing of Halo will kill everyone, but he isn't convinced.
This thing is right. Halo is a weapon. Your prophets are making a big mistake.
Your ignorance already destroyed one of the sacred rings, demon. It shall not harm another.
Brought together in a dubious alliance, the Gravemind sends Master Chief to High Charity and the Arbiter to Halo's control room. As Master Chief, you are teleported to High Charity's council chamber amid the Prophet of Truth sermon.
The Flood can stop it.
Boo.
Kill the demon!
The demon has infiltrated the council chamber! Protect the hierarchy! Seal the exits!
Cortana is put in the Covenant's network so she can help you navigate through the city. Because of Truth's betrayal on the elites, the Covenant are now fighting amongst themselves. The factions have divided into the elites, grunts, and hunters versus the brutes, drones, and jackals, with only a few exceptions. You get to the mausoleum and they're too busy fighting each other to even notice you.
You might consider sitting this one out.
You pick up on Miranda and Sergeant Johnson's radio signals.
It's the Commander and Johnson. I am getting confirmed reports of Flood leaving in Amberclad's wreckage.
Meanwhile, Sergeant Johnson, Miranda, and Guilty Spark are being taken away in phantoms. The Flood show up, and one pod infector clamps onto the Prophet of Mercy. Tartarus goes to remove the pod infector, but Truth stops him.
The great journey waits for no one, brother. Not even you.
They head on out, leaving Mercy behind. Back as the Arbiter, you're nearby Halo's control room. The area is full of brutes patrolling, and there's dead elites scattered about.
They have shed our brother's blood, and for that they must die.
You meet with a couple elites and a few grunts, and with them, you fight against the Covenant loyalists. You bump into the commander, who's riding a wraith.
Arbiter, the counselors, are they
Murdered by the brutes. Vile, disloyal beasts.
Meanwhile, Tartarus takes Miranda and Guilty Spark inside the control room. Shifting back to Master Chief, you get to the Phantoms just as they leave.
Your pal. Where's he going?
To finish what we started.
A pelican crashes nearby, releasing more flood into the area. As you progress, the Flood is quickly taking over High Charity.
The parasite did not defeat the Forerunners, and it shall not defeat us.
Arrogant creature. Your deaths will be instantaneous.
You get on board a Forerunner ship that's headed towards Earth, while Cortana stays behind.
After I'm through with truth.
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
Switching to the Arbiter one last time, you and the Commander team up to get to the Scarab. You come across some allies, and they help you combat the Covenant Loyalists.
Hunters have come to our aid, Arbiter. They will fight by our side.
You get to the Scarab and kill the brutes nearby, but Sergeant Johnson is already in control of the Scarab.
Tartarus has locked himself inside the control room.
Well, I just happen to have a key. Come on, grab a Banshee and give me some cover.
Now, in an unlikely alliance with the humans, you hop in a Banshee and combat the enemy vehicles. Sergeant Johnson makes his way to the control room's entrance and blows it open. Inside the control room, Tartarus tries to make Miranda insert the index, but you interrupt them.
Tartarus, stop.
Impossible.
Oracle, what is Halo's purpose?
Weapons of last resort, built by the Forerunners to eliminate potential flood hosts. They and all additional sentient life in 3 radii of the galactic center died.
Tartarus, the prophets have betrayed us.
Despite being told the truth about Halo, Tartarus prepares for combat. You and a couple other elites fight Tartarus, while Sergeant Johnson snipes him with a beam rifle. After he's dealt with, Miranda pulls out the index, stopping Halo from firing. A hologram shows that there's 7 other Halo rings which were put in standby, now ready for remote activation.
Where would someone go to activate the other rings?
Why the Ark? Of course.
And where, Oracle, is that?
Back to the Master Chief, who's on his way to Earth, he makes contact with the UNSC.
Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
And that's Halo 2, Condensed. Thanks for watching.